Good afternoon, Automotive Aftermarket, North America. It's Carm Capriotto. Uh, Episode show number 16. Can you believe this? What a fleeting idea Tom Hamhigh and I had about, 3 months ago. And we're continuing to rock the world here and bringing you this fun, really exciting live Automotive Aftermarket show. Lots going on here today. I have a guest with me, Kim Auernheimer. She's been such a great contributor to the show from CS Automotive, Brentwood, Tennessee, and AJ Neely's here from Edgewater, Maryland. Can't wait to tell you about what's going on there. Sorry, I'm just clicking a button or two inside the studio here. Here's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to do a segment on marketing. We're going to do a thing on survey. A survey says this is really going to be interesting. Trust me, you want to be here for the survey piece. Kim's going to talk about networking, how I see it, shop tour, and trivia. And where are we going today, Rick? We're going out to AJ Neely's place. There's AJ and Stephanie in front of their place in Edgewood, Maryland. We're going to see inside that shop. And I don't know, that picture, I mean, you had to scrub the floors for 4 or 5 days, AJ, in order to show us that picture. That is beautiful. Hey, before we go anywhere special, I just want to mention to you all, Ford had a big recall. I got this from USA Today. 2.5 million vehicles, including focus fusion, door latch problems, brake fluid leaks. Please go on the web, double check that you can get this and download it, and be sure that your customers, goes back to 2012, 2015 Ford Focus, the 2013-14 Fusion, even some 344,000 F-150s, a brake fluid issue. Number one selling vehicle, the F-150. So be sure that you're working with your customer base to get them inside the dealership. I think they'll appreciate you giving them a push. Okay. Here's what I want you to do. Here's my tease for the trivia. What was the last automaker? Did I spell that wrong? Automaker to offer cassette players in their vehicles. Does anyone remember a cassette? See, I'm old enough to remember the 8-track. Does that make me old? I don't know. But yes, we're gonna tell you when the last cassette player was put in a vehicle, and we're also would love to have you share this. Like what we're doing here. I can see the Facebook stream inside the studio. And check in with your city. Let us know who's out there, what's going on, and if you like the great work that my guests are going to do for you. Last week I was here with an eye patch, a big eye patch. It is gone. I continued to put drops in it. I'll know this particular Friday with my doctor how it all went, but I can absolutely see. I had some retina surgery. It is not as clear as I want it to be. They say it's going to come back. So I know there are a lot of people that send me some stuff on that, and I'm just giving you an update on my health. Of course, God, you got your health, you got everything. Hey, latest podcast. This is a great one. Luke Walker from Columbus. Walker's Auto Service. I met this young man. I had to put his story out. 1 bay to a 14 bay, $4 million operation in 10 years. And that's not it. I mean, it's what he's giving back and involving automotive high school students at after school stuff. Very fine, unbelievable episode that came out today. Last Friday, a great episode on leadership with Paul McCarthy from AASA, president of AASA, and John Passante. Dr. John, great friend of mine. He's an HR specialist. He writes about leadership all the time. The moment of impact, validate your leadership. You know how much I love to bring these kind of stories because, you want to change your business, but you got to change yourself first. Hey, let me bring on my first guest. I'm so happy to have Kim Auernheimer with us. Kim, I'm going to add you to our stream. Hello, my friend.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Carm.
Nice to see you. How's Brentwood? Are you guys cool down there?
It's actually not too bad. It's in the low 90s. Not too bad. Sun is out, so we cannot complain here at all.
Good for you. One of the things I forgot to mention, I'm wearing a shirt that I got from John Long and Mark Roberts, Shirts Automotive Service down in Shirts, Texas.
Ah.
And I figured maybe I'll start wearing shirts from my friends' shops here on the show, or maybe even a hat or two. Who knows?
I'll have a hat and shirt on the way.
Oh,
Make a
baby,
note
that's
right
great.
now.
Hello, Malin. Good morning to Malin out in the West Coast. It's 9-ish out there. We're having our lunchtime here in the East. And Jamie Carlson. Hey, Jamie Carlson says
Hey,
hello, Kim.
Jim. Hey.
So you're here going to talk about some marketing for us.
I am. I'm pretty excited about it. Recently I'm kind of tired of talking about COVID and what we've gone through, but really recently we had to kind of go back to what's going to keep bringing people into our shop when we can't actually physically go out and stomp pavement. And so I spent a lot of time on kind of bringing up and looking at and upping our geofencing. And so I've been talking about geofencing a little bit, and I was really surprised a lot of people didn't know what geofencing is. So I did bring a slide. There's should be a slide about. I'm going to quickly go through what the process of geofencing is. Basically, there's a potential customer has a mobile device and they enter a geofence location, which I'll explain in a minute. The GPS will capture that mobile device ID, and then the user will actually open up a browser. So at some point, while they're in that fenced location, they'll open up the browser or the app on their mobile phone, and then the geofence will actually capture their information. It sounds a little future forward on all that, and it's a little bit scary, but it's for marketing purposes, it's pretty amazing. And so at that point, they've captured your phone, your information, and they'll display an ad, and that ad will be when during the COVID times, we had a big ad that said, "We are open, we're essential, we are open," etc. So the ad shows, and then when you actually enter our building, it lets us know that that particular mobile device saw our ad and actually connected with us. And now that mobile device has actually physically walked in our building. So you can go ahead and close that slide out. But that is, in essence, that is the process of the geofencing. The mobile device is found in a certain location that you pick. It's identified, an ad shows. The customer hopefully sees it or connects with it, and even can collect on it and either look at an ad, a coupon, or something like that. Actually make a connection at that point and then move forward with it.
Kim, so I'm traveling down the road. I'm near CS Automotive. It's possible that there's a browser open on my smartphone. There's so many layers going on there, right?
Geofencing is going to be location specific, and so
okay, but if I have my phone turned on, the world knows where I am, or at least I know where I am, right?
Yes, exactly.
That's the signal. Boom! I've got a GPS location. It goes up. You've bought an ad, say for a mile around your particular location. So if somebody breaks that fence, they could see an ad.
No, you're actually picking the locations you want those ads to display in.
Okay.
So during the time that right now we love golf courses. We have identified our customer based on their demographic and behavioral segmentations. We know that our favorite customers love golf courses. And so we will geofence, we will put a particular perimeter around the golf course. While they're at the golf course, if they look at a browser, they may have an ad pop up for CS Automotive.
Got it.
We're also looking at like wineries. We have a local winery, coffee shops, grocery stores, higher end grocery stores, because that's where our customers are going to be.
But you could put a geofence around your shop.
You wouldn't want to, though, because you might want to, but the other place you might want to put a geofence around is your competitor or the dealership.
Got it. Okay, I'm with you. I guess it depends on the strategy. In my mind, I'm thinking if you got a Walmart or a Target, a couple of miles from you, and people are always going there, and finally one day they thought, I've got to get my car repaired, and Oh, that's right. They're just down the road.
But the key on the geofencing is you want to be specific and you want to find out where your ideal customer is, the
Got
customer
it.
that you want walking in your
Got it.
door. You
Got
want to
it.
figure out where they are and
Okay.
geofence that area.
Specific demographic on the geofence. I get it so
Absolutely.
much. Wow, that was fabulous. Thank you for being short, concise. I know you're coming
That's tough
back.
for me.
Oh, I know it. Oh my God, you have no idea. You probably rehearsed this. You probably rehearsed this and threw out 1,000 words that you could say.
Oh, I did.
Thank you so much. She's coming back. She's coming back. Thank you for that. Hey, something else that's going on here on the podcast. We are going to do this Friday a labor rate. We'll do that one next. This past Friday, we did live at the grill with Chris, my friend Chris Delabella. We had some technical difficulties. If any of you followed this, we ended up getting about 15 minutes worth of a real podcast. It'll all release this Thursday. We'll repurpose the video and the audio. Our first ever, we cooked Italian sausage on the grill. And then finally, this coming Friday, labor rate's a function of the business, not of the market. Brian Gillis, Bob Greenwood will join me. Let's move on to survey. Oh my, look at, I have to tell you something. I have found one of my newest, bestest friends in the industry, and his name is Bill Thompson, and he's the president of IMR Inc., automotiveresearch.com. Rick, please put up that first survey slide. I want you to pay attention to this stuff. This is vehicle maintenance sentiment. This is about sentiment. How worried are you about being exposed to COVID-19? And I highlighted this blue section. Taking my vehicle to a repair shop for service. Am I worried? Not as much as anyone else in the survey. Look at the bottom, traveling via rideshare. 58% of the people are worried that they could be exposed to COVID. But regarding an independent vehicle repair shop, only 31%. Look across, you see the demographic breakdown for West, Northeast, Midwest, and South. And it's really interesting. The Midwest and the Northeast are lower than both the West and the South. And I think we know that there's been a breakout or two and some worries about that. But an excellent slide. And here's my opinion. In our industry, we've done our job explaining and demonstrating safety, touchless, and caring. And I think that helps us understand that less than a third of the people have a worry about that. And if you're not doing the right thing, start doing the right thing. One more slide from this great survey. Again, remember, vehicle maintenance sentiment. If a vehicle in your household, here's the question, if a vehicle in your household needed maintenance or repair today, would you, and it goes down the list, I want you to look at the highlight in red, would you research reviews for vehicle repair shops? The entire South, I see that the logo for AW is covering up the South. Maybe you could take that off, Rick, go down and remove that AW in the top. The South is the biggest, where people would be researching that 48.9, but the total, and I think this is significant for everyone in the industry to realize that except for the Northeast and the Midwest, there's an awful lot of people that are going to do research reviews for repair shops. And so it is critical that you maintain your posture on getting reviews and, of course, getting 5 stars. The second one highlighted in green, take advantage of financing option for major or costly repairs. 36%, about a third of everyone that got this question said that they would consider financing. So think that through for a moment. Are you offering financing? Does your supplier offer financing? How are you getting the financing option to offer to your customers? And so that you all understand, there's 1,000 households a week that are called and surveyed. And I've got Bill Thompson coming on in a future show, and we're going to talk about some of his survey stuff. I've actually had him on a Carmcast before, the whole safety thing. So would you choose a repair shop that offers a touchless customer experience? 43% in total, 45 from the West, 47 from the South. So, think about the West and the South, the way they are ranking high in some of these categories. Very interesting. And finally, this other segment here that I thought was important to talk about. It's highlighted in black at the bottom. Accept an appointment in the future for your vehicle's next scheduled maintenance. I want to tell you something. Look long and hard at that number. We're going to be doing some shows in the next couple of months on this whole dental thing, this whole delayed maintenance. Bill Thompson is going to come on and we're going to talk about delayed maintenance because they are doing all kinds of research on delayed maintenance. Well, how do you solve delayed maintenance? Just schedule for it. And think of this, if 54% of the people say they would accept an appointment, why is so many in the industry saying, I've tried it, it doesn't work? Well, guess what? I think there's a need out there, and I think this survey may show that. South, 57.8%, the highest number there and there. So thank you very much for taking a look at this survey. Pass this on to friends because this was a great segment, and I think there's some really profound information that's sitting here. Hey, let's bring Kim back. My friend Kim Auernheimer, and Kim is going to talk about networking. My friend, go ahead.
I'm back. I love that survey because there's a lot going on in the South. It really
Yeah.
reinforces what we're doing.
Good.
So getting involved in networking, that is something that's just near and dear to my heart. Recently, they're having that time that we needed to reach out, getting out of our own little bubble. And it was such a great opportunity to have those relationships that we had formed outside of our shop. And networking for me has been so important and so vital in not only my health and sanity, but absolutely my sanity during these last few months. There's some great organizations out there, and Carm has a couple of them listed out there for sure. ASTI and ASCCA, the Automotive Service Councils of California, I believe is what it is.
Yep.
There's independent garage owners in North Carolina. There's ASAs. There's so many great organizations out there, but there's one that's really near and dear to my heart, and that's Women in Auto Care. The reason I wanted to talk about networking is I had a great experience, and I want this for everybody. Is I became a member of Women in Auto Care and happened to meet one of my best friends in automotive, and she happened to have a shout out. I didn't know she was going to be on today, but Jamie Carlson became one of my best friends in life, but not only that, but automotive aftermarket. And during this tough time, we were able to spend hours on the phone helping each other out, figuring out how to, marketing thoughts and different things to help each other survive. And not only just keep our sanity. And really, it's really important for us to be able to know that there's a bigger world out there than just your shop. The organizations are so important for not only our industry, but they're important for our shop, they're important for our employees, but they're important for you. And so I'm going to encourage you to get out there, get involved. Yang is another one, Young Auto Care Network Group, Yang. Be a mentor if you're not young, like Carm and I. We happen to be mentors. We're young at heart, but there's lots of organizations out there for so many different areas, but they're all for the betterment of our industry. So really find something out there that organization that you can line up with and get to know people that can be your support when you need them outside of your own little world.
So well said. I have to say that so many of the industry, over 800 episodes, and it's a recurring theme. So much success comes from the working with other people and just, Kim, I'm gonna say something I don't know is true, but I am gonna bet is true. Every once in a while, you'll pick up a friend that you know from a networking group or an association and say, "Hey, Jamie, blah, blah, blah." And she'll say, "Yeah, I got a few minutes to talk."
Yep.
And you come out with a different perspective.
A different perspective. We happen to be both full-time in the shop with our husbands, so there's that perspective. Also, just the sheer marketing ideas that she has shared with me and things that I've never would have thought about. My 20 group, the different ways to think things through outside of when our mind gets all befuzzled
Yeah.
on, just trying to daily survive, having those associations. And there's so many associations that are not just automotive. Women in auto care have non-shop owners. So there's connections and so resources out there that are bigger than we know.
All kinds of them. Kim Auernheimer, CS Automotive, Brentwood, Tennessee. Thanks for hanging out, co-hosting with me, having some fun with me today.
Thank you.
Aftermarketweekly.com. Thank you, Kim.
Always fun.
Hey, Rick, I don't know if you got my message, Rick, but we're going to skip how I see it. We're running late, and we're going to jump right into our shop tour with our friend AJ Neely. Hello, AJ. How are you?
Arm, how are we doing, buddy? Good to be on the show. Thanks again.
Oh, I got you right now. Hey, the shop tour is brought to you by Broadly, who helps local auto shops go through great customer experiences. Broadly attracts and captures leads, helps you communicate by text, collects contactless payments, and gathers review. Go to broadly.com. AJ, the shop tour is yours, my friend.
All right. Well, again, thanks for having me on, Carm. Just funny. I just realized we just celebrated 4 years here at our location here on Mayo Road. So I'm glad to have the opportunity to kind of give you a tour of our campus here. So anyway, we're on Mayo Road. I got to point out our really cool bad sign that we put out here. It's got a great digital reader board out here as well. We get 20,000 cars that drive out here on Mayo Road every day. So I call this my no excuses sign. If you can't see this sign from the road, I don't know what to do, but you got to take your blinders off. So anyway, that grabs some attention. Let me go ahead and switch my camera here.
Really nice sign. I love that saying on there. I think that was kind of a suggestive saying, wasn't it?
There's a few, I usually change the settings on, or the sayings on this message often. So we got some funny ones like right now. I think it says your wife is hot. Get your AC fixed. So
yeah, right.
That's what I saw. A lot of fun here at Neely Auto Service. So yeah. But anyway, yeah, we also, if I had done this 4 years ago, this would have looked completely different. We've got a new perimeter fence that's out here. We paved the entire lot. We striped everything, all the different parking spaces. It's funny. There's my wife right there. We call her HR. She's waving as she's leaving for the day. She ran payroll, so she's done. So, but we also, Stephanie. I'll tell you what, really, yeah. But we also add to the curb appeal. We of course we painted both the buildings nice, Neely colors there, red, white, and blue. We got all the way around on both buildings. We have 2 buildings here, by the way. I'll just make a quick entrance here to the front office. We do have our night drop, after hours drop slot box as well. We also have an after hours pickup lock box if needed.
And all the finished cars, AJ, are they backed in?
They are. These are, if the car is parked out front here, it's washed, it's ready to go. We vacuum the interior of every vehicle. If they spend enough, we wash the exterior, shine the tires, make this car look brand new, like they want to continue to own it and maintain it. So that's correct. All of them are backed up, ready to go to get picked up. Here in the office, this is where all the magic happens. These are my studs here. We got Devin, we got Kenny, we got Scott. We're kind of limited in waiting area space up here in the little front office, but we did redo it a little over a year and a half ago. So we've got upgraded all to the service advisor kiosks. Of course, we've got your coffee, your cold drinks. Of course, we make the bathroom pretty enticing here. So whatever we can do for that first impression, we take advantage of it. So when we come in here to the shop, I will say the photo that I sent you was literally the day I finished the floors in here during in the midst of the pandemic. We were really slow, but I didn't lay anyone off. We put everyone to work, and we went to town on sprucing the place up, redoing the floors, and a lot of other stuff. So it's from that similar angle right here, but we are a BG shop, so we've got all the BG fluid exchange machines that you can think of. We've got it all. We actually, because we have 2 buildings, we've got a set for the front building and a set for the rear building, just to keep the walking to a minimum. So I got 4 bays in this front shop here. We do have 2 sets of tire machines in the front and the rear building. So we've got a road force balancer up here. Also, we got a nice Hunter tire mounting machine here too. We can do all the run flats, all things of that sort. So these guys they're animals. They make it happen. These guys just work relentlessly. So we do also have kind of like a dry erase board that we update often with sales goals and cars that are being worked on and things of that sort. There's computer stations for every technician throughout the shop as well to be able to look up any kind of information they might need. Kind of walk through here. This is another stud over here. This is Tim Wave.
And you have
This
an
little
outside
annex back
annex.
here is
Is
kind
there
of like
another
our-
building there, AJ? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's another building back here, and then this one's kind of like our parts storage room. And then we set this tent up. This is where one of our guys, Rooney, he's going to vacuum all the vehicles. It's kind of like what we do our quality control
Okay.
inspection here at this point. You know, making sure the oil change sticker's there. We vacuum the floor mats, all that good stuff. Yeah, so this is the parts room, batteries. We also have a training computer station up here, so if the guys aren't busy with work, they can sit there and get in front of the computer to continue the training. And then, yeah, this is the back building here. We recently actually added our dedicated office space for Stephanie and I. So that's back here as well, kind of like in this upper mezzanine area.
Sure.
But like I said, we've got two of everything. You know, before we didn't start out that way, but gosh, it really helps. So I can just really make sure that these guys don't have to walk back and forth from one shot to the other.
Yep.
We just upgraded the alignment machine that we have as well. Of course, all Hunter, top of the line stuff. I ended up getting the scissor rack used, but man, it's just a workhorse, works great, super easy to maintain and use. We also upgraded, if you can see up there in the top, we put the waste oil heaters. We use clean burn units, so we've got them in the front and the rear shops, which is great for the wintertime. Yeah, like I said, I got the office there. This is the whole campus. We've got about almost 40 parking spots throughout the shop. July was actually our best month ever, and it was pretty hard to walk around this place. We had so many cars. So kind of starting to slow down a little bit here in August. It's a new normal for us without the back to school rush. So
Yeah, I hear you, man. What a great tour. I have a question. You said earlier we wash the cars depending on how much they spend. Can you share a number with us?
about 150.
Okay.
But also too, if we don't wash it, every vehicle that comes in, we actually we give them a voucher for a free car wash anyway. So
Okay.
it's just a matter of whether we take it for them or if we do it ourselves. But every vehicle, regardless of that, will at least get a voucher for a free car wash.
Wow, what a great business. How long you been in business? Not long, huh?
Well, I started it in 2011, but I didn't really take it seriously until about 5 years ago. My wife and I went through a management training course through RLO training, and that was the start of where we're at now. And like I said, we just celebrated 4 years here at this location. 9 bays, 4 technicians, 2.5 advisors. Got a shop helper, my Steph and I, and it's awesome. When we're busy, we're not here. We're setting sail somewhere. These guys just make it happen. My phone doesn't blow up. It's just incredible culture here, and super blessed.
Thanks, AJ. I appreciate it. My website, remarkableresults.biz. Type in AJ Neely, Nealey. Listen to the great startup story he tells you on having been a racer, and now he's a shop owner. So it's a great story. AJ, thank you so much. Fabulous tour. Great looking business.
Thank you, Carm. Appreciate it as always, brother. Hope
Hey, man, let's finish this thing off, and thank you all so much for being here. The trivia graphic that remember we said what was the last automaker to offer cassette players in their vehicles? Well, the answer is the Ford Crown Vic of 2011, while the Lexus SE 430 came with a standard cassette player up until 2010. The very last car to be able to play cassettes, as I said, was the Crown Vic. And boy, I have to tell you, I thought cassettes were just a pain in the butt because you wanted to. I think you actually, and then the CDs came out and you could skip really quick. And today, oh my God, how many millions of songs do we have available at our fingertips? Thank you for that. Hey, look if you want us to tour your shop, reach out to me, Carm at remarkableresults.biz or Carm at aftermarketweekly.com. You know how to get a hold of me. I'm on Messenger. I'm on Facebook. I thank you all so much for hanging out. We are broadcasting today on all kinds of Facebook channels, on YouTube, on LinkedIn. So we're available just about any place any automotive aftermarket person hangs out. I appreciate you being here. Thanks a ton, everyone.